let's just get right to it and talk about season 15 of The Real Housewives of Orange County. Okay, this is the grandma show of them all. This was the very first show I ever watched was Orange County. I've watched it from season 1. So I have to say I'm really disappointed that Vicky and Tamara are gone. That makes me sad. I think they were really a much bigger part of the show than Bravo understood. But I think maybe after this season they might get it. But let's just dive into it. We can't do any woohoos because Vicky's not here. So first I want to talk about Bronwyn. Because apparently, in my opinion, this whole season is going to be about her recovery from alcoholism. Oh, also want to say everything in this video is just my opinion and should not be taken as a fact. So let's get back to Bronwyn. That took guts for her to say on TV that she was an alcoholic. Kudos to her for doing that. I do worry, though, about how she says she came to her recovery. It scares me. Unfortunately, I have some experience with people I love that battled alcoholism. And here's the thing. If you've been a hardcore drinker for 26 years, normally it's not advised that you just stop drinking on your own. This normally takes medical supervision. This can kill a person that's used to having alcohol every day to go cold turkey. Many people die doing that. So that really scares me that she says she got no counseling, no therapy, no rehab, no medical supervision. That just really worries me that other people might think this is the way to go. And for anybody out there struggling, please get help. But if you've been a hardcore drinker, please get medical supervision for your detox. It can be deadly. So my hope was that they weren't going to make the whole season about her sobriety, but I think they are. And here's why I think this. The other women, it just doesn't seem like anybody really has a storyline. So I think they kind of maybe had to make the whole season about her sobriety, because what else were they going to talk about? And see, I think this is where they're going to see the huge hole that it leaves to not have Vicky and Tamara on the show. Back to Bronwyn, I just, to me, she comes across as such an elitist. I do believe, like the other women said, she was a huge fan of the show and had been trying, in my opinion, for a couple years to get on the show. She knew everything about these women. And I think it shows. So, I also, it bothers me a little bit that she goes on and on about having 7 kids, but she has 2 nannies. The scene where they show her putting the kids to bed, but it's actually showing the nanny putting the kids to bed. And then they show her in her bedroom going, oh, I missed out doing things like this because I drank. Which, that's her story. But I don't think you can, in my opinion, you can't count putting your kids to bed when the nanny's putting them to bed. I just think she's led a very privileged life. I know she has big issues with her mother, but here's my thought on that. How long are you going to blame your life on your mother or father or both? I say this to people all the time. Eventually you got to take responsibility for your own life. Now we move on to Shannon Bedour. I always have to say her last name. I don't know. They just go together. If she ever changes it, I'll be lost. Seems like her story this season is going to be she started a new business that she got with her divorce money. I'm not so sure. I usually encourage everybody to open their own business because that's what I do. But I'm not so sure it doesn't really even say what her business is, so I'm a little confused on what it actually is. I think she should have stuck with QVC. She's going to find out it's a lot harder when you're investing your own money. I don't know. She worries me a little bit. Normally, I would encourage everyone to open their own business, but I don't know, Shannon. She doesn't really seem like the entrepreneurial kind of person maybe she is, and I just don't know it because obviously I don't know her personally. Her new friend seems really nice. Seems like a nice guy. I hope he's not using her. I mean, that's the thing when these people start getting on reality shows. You got to wonder if they're with you for you or are they with you to get on TV. It's just a thing, you know? That moves us to Kelly Dodd. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I can't stand her. I don't even know why Bravo brought her back. She adds nothing. In my opinion, she's disgusting. If I ever quit watching the show, it'll probably be because of her. To me, she's way worse than Brandy Glanville ever was. Maybe because she doesn't show it quite so much on the show as she does on Twitter and in the news. I guess she's married now. Congrats, Kelly. Whatever. We'll see how long that lasts. I don't know. And what's her storyline? That she's engaged? She never talks about her business anymore. I just don't know. I wish Kelly Dodd would go away. I would take 100 Tamara and Vicky's over at Kelly Dodd. It is a little surprising to me, I guess it shouldn't be, that her and Shannon made up, and now Shannon won't talk to Vicky or Tamara. So I guess, she had to go with the ones that are going to keep her on the show. And since Tamara and Vicky were out, she just, see ya, ladies. I'm Kelly Dodd's friend now. I mean, that's so insincere, really. Now we come to Gina. I like Gina a lot. I think she's super cute. I think she's been through a bad time. I can't believe people were dogging her house. But see, this is when you get a bunch of elitist women that mostly married into money or grew up with money, except for Tamara and Vicky, which are no longer on the show. This is what you get. So they should all be ashamed of themselves for putting her house down. I do wonder, what's her storyline going to be? Just that she has a new boyfriend and bought a house? There's got to be more. I'm telling you guys, I do more in my daily life than these women do. Maybe they should make a reality show of my life. It could happen, you never know. But anyway, my other thought on her is, I want to say right off the bat, I think she is stunning. I think she's a beautiful woman. I think she doesn't know how to wear makeup. Her confessional look, I'm just like, who did her makeup? It's just awful in my opinion. And normally I will never talk about somebody's looks, but this isn't really her look, it's her makeup. Because she is beautiful. She would have been better off doing those confessionals with no makeup. And her hair, I don't know. Somebody needs to help her. Gina needs some help because she's beautiful. I think she had beautiful hair if you can see her real hair. But I don't know. She needs a stylist or something. Normally you see them kind of gradually get a better look as they get going. And I'm just not seeing it with her. I don't know. Like I said, she looks better without the makeup. I don't know what eyelashes she's wearing, but they just look bad. So, I don't know. Maybe one of these women could lend her a stylist or something because they're all filthy rich. Lend her a stylist for a week and teach her how to do these things. I think she probably can't afford to have professional makeup done every day like the other women do, and there's no shame in that. But there's enough YouTube videos and TikTok videos on how to do makeup. Like I said, I think she's beautiful without it. But some of her confessional looks, I'm like, is that even Gina? It's just so odd to me. Now we come to Emily. I just have never really thought she added anything to the show. I guess, her big storyline last season was her husband being an asshole. So who wants that? What kind of storyline is that? And I think it's funny that this season he's being so careful not to be an asshole, in my opinion. Now he comes off as so fake and so insincere. So I think now they're just going to hide any marriage issues they have. I mean, I hope they do well. I don't wish anybody's marriage to end, but their problems in their marriage were so hugely glaring last season on the show And that's not my fault. They're the ones that put it out there. So I find it hard to believe it's all resolved and everything's rainbow and unicorns. Just not buying it. Wonder if he'll ever pass that bar exam. But I digress. I don't know. Emily, to me, just doesn't add a lot. I do give her kudos for being the only one that called Bronwyn out last season for being an alcoholic. I think she knew right off the bat. But it is always odd to me that she drinks as much as she drinks. Yeah, it just seems weird. So now we come to the newbie on the show, Elizabeth Vargas. We haven't seen a whole lot of her yet, so I hate to say too much. But again, what's her storyline going to be? Because she's divorcing a billionaire, but she can't talk about it. So there goes that. She has a boyfriend, but they can't have sex, which I don't know if I buy that. If you're doing everything but that, it's still sex. So she's another one. She came from a poor background and then married a billionaire. And now she's divorcing him. Now she's, coming off as the founder of this business and she's going to sell it. But see, to me, she's still not a self-made woman because she could have never started that business without her husband's money. So I'm not trying to be mean. I just have more respect for women that started their own businesses without the backing of a rich husband or a rich dad or a rich mom or whatever. I just have more respect for it because that's how I built mine. I just don't think you can call these women self-made when they were handed money in buckets. To me, I just have more respect for people like Tamara and Vicky that did build their businesses using their own money and their own blood, sweat, and tears. I just wish they'd have more women like that, even if they're not going to bring Tamara and Vicky back. I wish they'd bring back women that are actually doing something. I don't know. I just wish there was more to the storylines. And again, I think this is why Bronwyn's storyline is going to be the storyline for the entire season. And I don't know. I guess I'll keep watching. I'm so invested since I've watched since season 1. But I don't know. I hope it gets better. Anyway, I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Are you Housewives of Orange County fans? And I apologize. I'm having multiple sinus issues right now. So people are saying I sound a little funny or I'm not saying names correctly. But I think it's more to do with my sinuses. I'm in Ohio. It's been 80 one day, 30 the next day, 70 the day after that. And my sinuses have just gone nuts. So I apologize in advance. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day.